It starts in silence, not the peaceful kind, the kind where you feel watched, but when you turn around, everyone looks normal, smiling, talking, harmless. And yet, one person in the room already knows exactly how your next decision will go. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people believe they make rational choices, but studies consistently show that up to 95% of human decisions are driven by subconscious patterns, not logic, which means you are far more predictable than you think, and someone who understands that doesn't need power, money, or authority to influence you. They just need patience. Let's break this down, because dark psychology isn't about evil masterminds or movie villains. It's about simple, repeatable behaviors that quietly shape how people think, feel, and act, often without them realizing it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Start with something small. You meet someone new. They seem warm, attentive, almost too attentive. They mirror your tone, your posture, even your words. You say you like coffee, suddenly they love coffee too. This isn't coincidence. It's called mirroring, and it works because your brain is wired for familiarity. When someone feels like you, your guard drops. Trust forms faster, not because they earned it, because your brain skipped the verification process. Now, imagine this happening over days, weeks, months. A connection forms. You feel understood, seen, and that's when the second layer begins. Subtle control. Not through commands, through framing. Instead of telling you what to do, they shape how you see your options. You could go out tonight, but you said you've been tired lately. I'm not saying they're a bad friend, but notice how they always cancel on you? No direct orders, just suggestions wrapped in concern. Your brain fills in the gaps. And here's the mechanism most people miss. The human mind hates uncertainty more than it hates being wrong. So when someone provides a narrative, even a slightly biased one, you tend to accept it over having no narrative at all. That's how influence slips in. Quietly, logically, invisibly. Now let's talk about something even stranger. Scarcity. You've seen it everywhere. Limited time, only a few left. It sounds like marketing, but it's much deeper than that. When something feels scarce, your brain assigns it more value instantly, not after thinking, instantly. Which means if a person becomes emotionally scarce, pulling away, becoming less available, you often start valuing them more, even if nothing about them actually improved. It's irrational, but it's consistent. And once someone knows this, they can create emotional highs and lows on purpose. Attention, withdrawal, attention again. It creates a loop your brain tries to resolve, and the longer it goes unresolved, the more invested you become. Now, here's where it gets uncomfortable, because at this point, you're not just being influenced, you're participating. Your brain starts justifying their behavior. They're just busy. They've been through a lot. They didn't mean it. You begin protecting the very pattern that's controlling you, not because you're weak, because your mind is designed to protect emotional investments, even bad ones. And this is where dark psychology becomes dangerous, not in the obvious moments, in the subtle ones that feel normal. A delayed reply, a slightly off comment, a small shift in tone. Individually, they mean nothing. Together, they build pressure, and pressure changes behavior. Now, zoom out. Think about social media. Algorithms don't just show you content, they study your reactions, your pauses, your scrolling speed. Then they feed you what keeps you engaged longest. Not what's true, not what's good for you, what holds your attention. Which means the same psychological principles used by individuals are now being used at scale by systems, at a level where the influence isn't personal anymore, it's structural. And here's the irony. The more you believe you're immune to manipulation, the easier it becomes to influence you, because you stop checking, you stop questioning, you assume awareness equals protection. It doesn't. Understanding the mechanism doesn't automatically break it, it just gives you a chance to notice it. And most people don't notice, not because they're not intelligent, because the system doesn't feel like a system, it feels like life. Normal conversations, normal relationships, normal choices. But underneath, there's a pattern, predictable, repeatable, quiet. And once someone learns that pattern, they don't need to force anything. They just nudge, slightly, consistently, until your decisions start to look like theirs. So here's the real question. If so much of what you think is your choice can be shaped without you realizing it, then how many of your decisions were never fully yours to begin with?